going on, my peeps? Your boy Versatile is back with another video, and yes, we are here roughly 24 hours later after using, or rather after unboxing, the Pixel 3a XL. As you see, I'm utilizing the always on display here because of this beautiful, gorgeous OLED panel. As you see down here, I have 74% left on the battery. I've had this device off of full charge for at least 8 hours. And so you factor in, that's about 26%. You do the math on that, that's about 3% an hour so far. And that's with tweeting, that's with scrolling through Instagram real quick, that's with watching some YouTube, that's with casting to my TV, that's with being out the house, using this to, I went to the movies to see Detective Pikachu, so I used the display or use the phone for my ticket. And so just doing stuff like that, updating apps, of course. And so with that being said, only losing 26% in that amount of time is pretty decent. It's pretty doggone good. Not mad at the battery life. This is the 3a XL that has 3700 milliamps in terms of its battery life. And so when you factor that in, and Google saying that you can get upwards of, there we go, upwards of 30 hours worth of usage, I'm not complaining there. I think I can make it through a solid day through tomorrow as well and still have plenty of battery life when we factor in just how much is down here. Now, of course, there we go. I gotta bring this so doggone close. Anyway, what do I think about this device so far? Well, if we unlock it, I've set it up. I'm using a Pixie KWGT for my weather widget right here underneath the Google standard widget that you can't remove. I don't understand why you can't. It would be kind of nice, but at the end of the day, it's there. Now, I don't have to have this widget here. I do like the fact that it's a clean space. Wallpaper is from a artist on Twitter, and so I've linked him before in my description box. I'll probably link him again. Probably won't be this specific wallpaper, but I'll link his Twitter account so you guys can check out his art. He's a very good artist. So yeah, there's that. As you see in my regular list of apps, it's pretty much all I have on my immediate home screen. And swipe over, got my calendar widget, my Google Play Music widget, which hopefully YouTube Music will have a widget to be used, once that goes official and final and Google Play gets wiped out. Got my podcast, or Pocket Cast rather, widget. Then I got all my folders down here, all my money spending apps, you basically could say. Then I got all my Google apps in here. I got all my kind of media based apps in here. And then I got gaming related apps right there, of course. And then I got Shazam right there. And then I got my parcel tracking right there, my subscriber count widget, and then my hue lights. I have it set up and I'm glad I set it up like this. In terms of usage, there's only been a couple times where I felt like there was some stutter or some lag, or like if it wasn't the processor, maybe just because it's just now being used after updating apps and all that kind of stuff. Like it needed some time to breathe. So when I was in Google News and I was trying to read an article about the 3a XL, the article was really kind of slow and laggy when it came to trying to scroll through it. Then it finally kind of cleared itself and I could scroll through it, but it took a little bit. So outside of that, when I'm typing on here, sometimes it feels like it kind of lags in terms of when I'm picking the predictions within the Gboard, it kind of lags a teeny bit. Now, again, that could be because of the processor, or it's still getting used to being used, or that could be the possible digital well-being lag issue that the Pixel 3 and 3 XL deal with. So that's something I, of course, over the time will be paying attention to, and then of course I will inevitably restrict its access, or in other words, disable it. You can't officially disable it, like hit the disable button, but I think that's basically disabling it, is by restricting its access. And we'll see how the phone, how it handles that as well. Outside of that, phone's held up. I've had it in my pocket, Yeah, you get little smudges here. I'm going to end up putting a skin on this. I'm not going to put a case on it because it is like 6.3 inches in size overall. The bezels have not gotten on my nerves because they're smaller and I haven't really paid attention to them. This 6-inch display is gorgeous. And when I've compared it to the Samsung Galaxy S10e display, this one feels a little more punchy. I do have it on adaptive. I didn't change it. So if we go in here into display and we look at my display, for colors in terms of display, you got natural, boosted, and adaptive. So I'm enjoying adaptive. If I go natural, I did see kind of drop off there. It's a little more punchy with adaptive. I'm gonna leave it on adaptive. I kind of do like that. I wouldn't necessarily call it like super inaccurate or even inaccurate for that matter, but it is very nice to see it having a little more punchy colors. With my S10e, I have that on basic, basically. I didn't change that, and I do like how that looks. So, I mean, to each his own, of course, in that department. But I haven't noticed any issues there. I haven't noticed any issues in terms of stuff being downloaded from the internet or from the Google Play Store to lag. If we check my Wi-Fi speeds here, if we go to results, now these two here at the bottom was from my S10e. I imported all my data from my S10e over to this phone. This one up here at the top, this is from the 3AXL. I'm still getting pretty good speeds, you know, downloading anyway, and uploads could always be better, but it's pretty high at 6. So no issues there. I haven't noticed any lag there. As you guys see, it's snappy. One thing I noticed in the settings when you go into accessibility, on Samsung's phones, they have the ability to reduce animations. Well, in here as well, you likewise can reduce animations by removing them completely right there. So instead of turning on your developer settings, as I have done, if we go down here, I can show you, I have my developer settings turned on, and I've decreased all my animations by half a second or half speed. So that's why things are flying. But even so, it's still nice and fast. It's snappy. I haven't noticed any lag in that. I haven't noticed any lag in terms of opening apps. YouTube has given me somewhat of an issue. I mean, I closed the app and reopened it, everything was fine. But like after I was casting from my phone to YouTube on my TV and I was done with that, for some reason it would not. Let me see if I can show you. It probably won't happen now. But like, let's say I had a video going. Like, let's check out Jay real quick, and I'm gonna go ahead and mute it. Let's check out Jay. Hey, good video. You guys check his video about the Pixel 4. Very good. But like that wouldn't go away. The play, the back, the forward, that would not go away. It goes away now, but I had to close the app and reopen it for it to go away. So that was somewhat of a bug. So I don't know if that's more the phone or YouTube. So that was interesting. Oh, Aisha Curry. So outside of that, haven't had any issues with the phone that I have had to get used to. Again, with Samsung's Galaxy S10e, if I swipe up, it'll bring me into the app drawer. Here I have to do more of a full swipe. I'm getting used to the size because it is wider. The height doesn't bother me much because again, I can just swipe down from the fingerprint sensor on the back to bring up my notification panel and then swipe it away. So I'm getting used to the width. It's not bad typing on. The vibration motor in this phone is very strong. I do like it, but sometimes it could be annoying because you can start hearing it. It almost sounds like thumps. I like the vibration motor in this phone as I did in the Pixel 2 and I'm sure in the Pixel 3 and whatnot. Just felt like too alive, if you know what I mean, when using it. But yeah, so Galaxy S10e, just swipe up, brings you in here. Here you gotta do more of a full swipe. If you want to just access the recent apps, just do like a half swipe. This hasn't been too bad here. I just wish you could, like, you know, go back home instead of having to, you know, leave that, you know, go into an app and leave it. But outside of that, 24 hours later, so far this phone has been moving just fine, moving at a quick pace. The display looks beautiful. The speakers are amazing for its size. Like, I'm not gonna get copyright, so I'm gonna go to my videos and let's say I want to play my good luck video real quick. Now listen to this. Oh, come on. All right. Ooh. Well, that's the. Y'all hear that? Ooh. Samsung Galaxy Tab S4. Yes, I have been using using this recently on my Galaxy tab to utilize gesture navigations, and that was before Android 9 Pie. Now that it has came, now I can barely any distortion. Barely any distortion. My recent apps. Very the bass feels good. Very good stereo speaker quality for this $480 device. So Google definitely did their job there. So I thought I'd give you guys a quick rundown of the Pixel 3a XL 24 hours later. No doubt you guys will hear me kind of do a review or whatnot. I gave you a very brief setup of what I have going on my phone in this video. And so, yeah, we'll see down the line. Of course, a review will come down the pipe, but I just wanted to give you guys a quick heads up of my experience with the Google Pixel 3a XL. One last note, if we go back into the settings, one thing you guys will probably notice in security is it's still on March 5th, 2019. 9 to 5 Google dropped an article. I'll try and link it down below if I can find it again. They basically said, or have reached out to Google, and they said that around June 3rd, if not sooner, we'll get the April, May, and June patches all in one. And so, of course, with those patches come with general improvements, bug fixes, and maybe other features, along with, of course, by that time, Google Assistant should have been updated based on what we saw at Google I/O. And so that's why this phone lags behind. But that also just lets you know that this phone was ready to go months ago. They just weren't ready to pull the trigger on it yet. So outside of that last note, your boy Versatile is signing out. And until the next video, I love that now playing. Whenever music is being played and it just picks up that music. Beautiful. Wait for it.